A big headline seems to have triggered the viral panic button on social media this week. Throughout my timelines and newsfeed, I am seeing reports of a nurse who got COVID-19 more than a week after receiving one of the vaccines. Of more concern, this news has been followed by questions from people wondering about the efficacy of the vaccine and whether they should get it. As the former president of the American Meteorological Society (AMS) and an atmospheric sciences professor at the University of Georgia, I could not help but notice similarities between how this story is playing out and what we deal with as meteorologists. Let me explain. I am no medical or infectious disease expert, but I am attentive to most science matters. The first thing that came to mind are the following questions. These questions triggered familiar situations that I experience often in our attempt to convey weather forecasts and warnings. For example, people often ask why it rained when the forecast was only a 20% chance of precipitation. I usually politely remind them that 20% is not 0%. Probability of precipitation, which I have attempted to explain in previous articles, is a very confusing concept for the public. Like the rain probability example, it seems that people have forgotten that neither vaccine was advertised at a 100% effective rate at preventing the virus. Additionally, 2 doses separated by several days are also required for the Pfizer and Modern vaccines. The Hill reports that experts believe the first vaccine dosage is about 50% effective and that almost 2 weeks, 10 to 14 days, are required before protection is established according to clinical trials. I get it. People are exhausted by this pandemic and want the vaccines to be the end of this thing. This may cause something else that I often see with weather forecasts: wishcasting. Snow lovers, particularly here in the South, may consume a weather forecast with that bias or motivated reasoning. I cannot express how many times someone told me meteorologists were wrong because only 3 inches of snow fell when the forecast was expressed as 3 to 6 inches are possible throughout the region. People often focus on the higher end of the forecast as their reference point or disregard contextual information. A more recent challenge that meteorologists face is weather apps icons. An app icon may show a snowflake for a given day. However, the snowflake icon could convey flurries, a slight chance, or a significant snow event depending on the app. It is important with forecasts or vaccines to consume information about them objectively and without biases or wishful thinking. While it is true that the pandemic and vaccine rollout have revealed math science literacy or interpretation challenges often seen in meteorology, there is something else common to meteorology in this latest viral pandemic moment. It is rare that a region is not under some type of tornado warning or weather radar coverage these days.